All right, so this is the DPT level 2 knee pain flow. Okay, so what you're gonna need for this is you're gonna need some kind of bench right here. You know, just below knee height would be perfect, somewhere around there. And then a 1/2 inch super loop. Okay, so we're gonna put this down for now. We're gonna start out with continuing with some mobility for the quads, specifically the rectus femoris, so the long quad that crosses the hip joint as well. And we're gonna do something called the couch stretch. So typically somebody would do this on their couch at home. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put one foot up on your bench or couch, my knee is on the ground, and then you're gonna take your other leg and get it up kind of in like a lunge position. And then you wanna stand yourself up nice and tall. And what you should feel is a nice stretch in the front of your thigh right here. And if you don't quite get enough from that, you can even practice squeezing your glute a little bit and tucking those hips underneath and get a little bit more of a stretch here. And the big thing you don't want to do with this that is a common mistake is you see a lot of people just lean really far away, but that actually takes away from the quad. So I want to stay nice and tall, knee, hip, shoulder, and head all in a nice straight line right there. So we're going to start out, we're going to get 45 seconds on this stretch starting now. And what I want to do here is I just want to practice being relaxed, maybe a little bit of glute squeeze, hips tucked under, and I can practice on breathing into my belly and just trying to stay relaxed. So 45 seconds. Here we go. Trying to keep that breath nice and relaxed, pushing down into that lower stomach. Trying to access the diaphragm. Almost done here. 5 more seconds. Okay, there's 45 seconds on the left side. Okay, we're gonna switch. Get hands down to the ground. Get that left leg out of there. I'm gonna get my right foot up on the bench. Push myself up into that lunge position. Same cues here, tuck the hips underneath, activate the glute, and then starting now, we're gonna go into 45 seconds of our quad stretch on the right side. Try to send that breath down to your stomach and try to relax while keeping that glute squeezed. Doing good there, about halfway there. Okay, 10 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead, come out of that. And we're gonna stay down on the ground. So our next move is called the leg lock glute bridge. So I'll come out for this one here. And the point of this one is to activate our glutes on one side at a time. So what I want to do is I want to have my heels not super close to my hips, just out slightly here. I'm going to be driving through my heels while doing my bridge. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to bring my opposite leg up, and I'm going to hold on to that here with my arms. With just my crossbody arm here, I'm going to stabilize with my other arm on the ground. I'm going to drive this heel into the ground to lift my hips up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 12 of these. So driving that heel, and we're going to go hips up. So 1, focusing on getting that glute squeeze. This knee is going up into the sky. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to switch sides. So digging my left heel into the ground now, cross reach with my left arm to grab my right knee. Right arm is planted on the ground for that cross body bracing right here, so I'm just not tipping as much. We're going to drive that heel into the ground and really focus on squeezing that left glute really hard each time. Okay, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Perfect. Okay, so our glutes are activated, and now we're going to get into our quads a little bit more. So the next move we're going to be doing is a lunge isometric hold. So we're going to be kind of mimicking some of these positions we've been creating already. And what I want to see is I'm going to start out in the bottom of a lunge. I want vertical shin in the front, so about 90 degrees here, 90 degrees at the hip, and then about 90 degrees at that back knee. We're going to do a 45-second hold now. This one's going to be kind of hard, but I want to make sure that I've got even pressure in my feet front to back. So from here, I'm going to lift my back knee off the ground, and I'm going to think about spreading the ground. So this leg's pushing that way, this leg is pushing that way. We're going to do a 45-second hold. You'll probably see me start to shake a little bit. I'm trying to keep even weight in my legs. We're going to try to do 45 seconds. And this is similar to the wall sit that we did in the first flow for the knee. And the goal is trying to load those tendons, but without moving them too much. So we're getting some nice blood flow to that area. We can get them feeling really good. There's 30 seconds. I got about 15 more seconds. You can see I'm starting to shake a little bit. These are hard. Okay, keep holding it. Try to keep that torso a little upright. And 3, 2, 1, come on down. Okay, so we're gonna switch that position. Other knee goes down, other knee up, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Shoulders stacked over hips over my back knee. That toe comes underneath, and then I'm gonna lift that back knee, and then trying to hold this position. So we got that timer started. This leg's pushing forward, that leg's pushing back, trying to hold my vertical torso. You'll wanna lean forward like this, but you try to keep some weight in that back leg. Try to stay upright. Stay right here for me. If you wanna get a little extra intention to squeezing that back glute, you can. That should come on when you spread the ground with the feet. If you need that little extra intention to squeeze the glute, go for it. Okay, almost done here. About 15 more seconds. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect, nice. Come on up, those are tough. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use this band for a little bit of dynamic balance and activation. So I wanna fasten it to my squat rack here, something stable on the wall. And we're gonna be doing a single leg stance hinge with a band pull. So this is what it'll look like. So I wanna walk out until I've got a little bit of tension on that band. And then where I wanna be is, I wanna take that same side as my arm that's pulling. I'm gonna drive that knee up, and then I'm gonna give a little bit of a band pull. This is my starting position. And then from here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unlock my stance leg, and I'm gonna hinge over from my hips, trying to keep my back really straight. I'm gonna punch out that back leg, straighten out my front arm. And then from here, I'm gonna squeeze my butt on my standing leg. I'm gonna pull that knee and elbow in at the same time. So I'm kind of becoming this little ball shape up here, and then I'm hinging over, reaching out into that long position, and then pulling all the way back in. Okay, there's 2. We're gonna do 10 of these. There's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And last one, 10. Nice. Another thing that I want you to think about too is trying to balance on your leg and not using the band to help you balance. So if you feel like you're swinging, try to control that from your stance leg and that you're not trying to utilize the band to balance. That's just a pull only forward and back. That'll tend to get you off balance a little bit. So I walk out, I've got my tension, opposite knee comes up from my stance leg. I'm here, I pull that arm in, and then we're gonna lengthen everything. I'm gonna fold over. I'm gonna pull back together. Almost lost the balance there. 1. Driving that heel out to the back. 2. I'm trying to create as much length I can between my hand and my heel. So I get my body nice and long. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Perfect. All right, so we're done with the band for now. We got one more exercise, and this is going to be a rear foot elevated split squat, or also commonly known as a Bulgarian split squat. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do 8 to 10 of these on each side. So I want to get about 1.5 feet, 2 feet in front of that bench there, and I'm going to get my foot up on the bench. I want to have most of my weight in that front leg, trying to keep my kind of chest and torso over my front knee. Then from here, I'm going to dip down, trying to get my knee close to the ground, and then driving strongly through this leg, back up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Okay, so I get that same distance where my foot was from the bench. On my opposite foot, reach up my back leg, put it on the bench. Got my contact, I'm secure, I'm right there. Get my weight centered over my front leg and dropping down, getting that knee towards the ground and then driving back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. Okay, so that is the DPT knee pain level 2 flow. Try it out.